when did you first hear the soundtrack, and was your relationship to country music? Did you have a relationship to country music prior to this film?
I did. I come from California, and I've lived in, well, I was born in New York, grew up in California, I've lived in New York now for, almost, well, how many years? Almost 15 years. But there's no reason why I should like country music. I came to country music entirely on my own. You know, which makes me think that it's kind of a real love, because I didn't grow up in Texas. I didn't grow up listening to it on the radio. I just found it myself. And it's not why I did the movie, but I do like country music, and I have since I was about 19, probably. And it's a strange, eclectic mix of people that I listen to because, like I say, no one else I know listens to country music, So I do like country music. The first song, I heard The Weary Kind, the song that's nominated that Ryan and T-Bone wrote. I heard that same day I first met Jeff on the movie. We drove in our separate cars to this playground where we were meeting these two kids to see who was going to play my son. And afterward, he said, "I'll hop in my car," and he played me The Weird Kind. And I mean, like I said, I always kind of thought the idea was to like be really strong, and yet when I heard that song and I was sitting there with Jeff and I just kind of met him, took everything I had not to cry, and that song in particular, because I acted a scene about that song. I listened to that song after the shooting of the movie. That song really means a lot to me. And then some of the other songs from the movie, I love Falling and Flying, that Jeff sings. T-Bone, Stephen Bruton, I think Stephen wrote that song. Stephen Bruton wrote it, who was T-Bone's partner and was on set all the time as, the kind of head of the music stuff. And he passed away since we finished shooting, and he and Jeff used to like play that song to me, on their guitars. And last night, actually, I was thinking about Stephen because they had this little concert, a little cocktail party for Crazy Heart, and Jeff played with T-Bone and Ryan, and Harry Dean Stanton actually got up and played, and Robert Duvall and Elton John too. Actually
wow, that's
got up
amazing.
And played. I was talking to Callie Corey, who's T-Bone's wife. She's a screenwriter, and she was saying, I really miss Stephen Bruton. It made me think, he was a real part of all this, and he's shown his light on all of us, on the movie, on the music, and it's part of why the movie works so well. It's such a big part of why it works. If that song in particular, The Weary Kind, wasn't a really special song, I think the movie would like have a chunk missing out of it.
No, it's a character.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that because it's kind of like, like all the actors are kind of, it's a real kind of actor's movie. And if the music is a character, then that's really even more true.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess finally, because I think that we're almost out of time. Obviously the reason that this interview is happening so late in the press process, I'm sure you've had 10,000 interviews about this film, but obviously you've deservedly received an Oscar nomination, and I'm sure you've got these questions a lot, but I'm genuinely curious how you found out, if you were surprised, and how this sort of part of how this sort of recognition feels.
I might lose you because I'm going into Topanga Canyon, and we're driving to a little pressing, but I'll do my best if I lose you. But here we go. So,
okay.
The thing is the release of this movie was tied completely to the awards season. And I could feel it so strongly. Like, for example, when Jeff won the Golden Globe, I can't tell you. I felt 10 people a day were stopping me on the street and telling me they'd seen the movie. It had such a huge effect. And I had never, I've been through the award stuff before. I've never been nominated for an Oscar, but gone on the road and done some of it, but I've never felt so concretely the effect that it can have on a tiny movie. But at the same time, as all that was happening, I wasn't I wasn't nominated for anything else for this movie, not anything at all. So I was surprised, and I had also, in a way, kind of let go of it. I have been, like I said, I've kind of been down the road before. I have had different kind of relationships to the award stuff before, and this time I really kind of got to the place of, they're just awards. It's all right. I love my movie, and then to be nominated for an Oscar, it's kind of a mind trip.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what it really helps me keep in mind is how much fun it is. I did really try to kind of let go of it as a validation in some ways, although I really do feel so honestly honored that other actors saw me, and saw what I was doing, even though it was quiet. Seems kind of quieter than a lot of other people I played, and really, really made me feel something that other actors saw me, and what I was doing, and saw her, and but I'm really trying to have fun, I am trying to go out to the parties and have a drink and get dressed up
Yeah.
and enjoy it, it's 3 more weeks?
I think so.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, I'm really trying to enjoy it. Went to the Oscar luncheon yesterday. It was cool. It was like high school graduation in a way. They stand you all up in a row and take the picture, and then you go up one by one in reverse alphabetical order, which kind of keeps you on your toes, and you get your certificate. And I am really trying to have fun.
Because embracing that. It is fun. It's very uniquely fun.
Yeah, no, it is, and to also do it with a movie that it's a pleasure. It's like, I love Crazy Heart. I love our movie, and I feel so proud to sort of stand up for it.
Yeah. Well, thanks. That was a really good answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, great.
Have fun on your drive, and thanks so much for talking to me.
Okay, thanks so much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.